Village.
Village.
Moja mai pune, că la hai că nu zac la jote de la că
Dublin.
hai cum știi ce.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Hai?
Put all jokes in the package.
Nu, mă întreabă orice e simplu, știi?
Yeah, one of the days, so she's...
stone walls. The front of the castle would have been right where I am now. There would be arrow slits cut through the stonework, and there would be a moat around the castle as well. So the whole family lived here. The fireplace is the coronation of the Virgin. It's 500 to 600 years old. There's a story behind that involving Oliver Cromwell. He laid siege to Dublin in 1651, and shortly after that he came here to the castle, took over, displaced the family for about 10 years. And during those years it said that the carving mysteriously vanished, and then when the family returned, that she miraculously reappeared. So here we are in the small drawing room. So this is for withdrawing or relaxing. So when we look around this room, there's lots of different styles in the room, and that's because of the Grand Tour of Europe. That's a trip that the young men used to take to finish their education. They're high-born, they're fabulously wealthy, and they would be taking these trips anywhere from 1 to 3 years to finish their education. So they're commissioning portraits, practicing their languages, and so on. So if they saw something really beautiful, around the top is Rococo plasterwork. That's a French style. It has mythical birds, exotic fruits, pineapples, grapes, sunflowers, all very interesting, really, really full. And that's after the style of Robert West, who was the best plasterer in Dublin at the time. You can see there's really masterful creations. The color on the wall is original to the house. The Talbots were the first to have this color in particular, so it became known as Malahide orange at the time. The portraits on the wall are members of the nobility, influential people, scientists, and so on. It would all be in the same social circles as the Talbots, and they would be, these are all on loan to us from the National Art Gallery. Later on in the evening, this would be the smoking room for the men. The ladies would go into the next room, and they would drink sherry, play games. The men would stay here, debate, smoke cigars, gamble even. If they wanted any refreshments, they could use the bell pull here, and they'd push that down, ring a bell in the basement, and it would call the servant to come up and take their orders, just like in a restaurant. So life was very good for the Talbots, as you can see. So feel free to have a good look around, and then we are heading this way in a moment. In the large drawing room. So this is decorated more for the ladies' taste. So you can see the plasterwork, still very beautiful, a little more delicate in this room. And that magnificent fireplace I was mentioning earlier, made out of Carrara marble completely. So really, really impressive, a beautiful piece. And of course, that's the centerpiece of the room, where they're having these parties. They're inviting all the nobility from all over England and Ireland. They're coming to these parties. The Shrewsbury Talbots lived in England, and they were still waiting on the King of England personally. So of course they want to keep these connections nice and close and very visible as well for everyone who's coming to these parties. Now they had to be very careful with the makeup they were wearing. It was Ceruse makeup. It was based with beeswax and had arsenic and white lead added to that. They wanted to look as pale as possible. That was the fashion, the men and the ladies. The only problem is if you got too close to the fire, it could melt, it could react with your skin. You could lose face, as we say. So the lady's maid would be close by with the pole screen, and she would put that between the person and the fire. It would shield their face, neck, and chest from the heat of the fire and save face. So there you have losing and saving face. Also, mind your own beeswax and having a meltdown. So all of those things, all about the makeup. Another funny thing back then was the confidant sofa. Anyone who's anybody had to have one of these. The Talbots would be no exception to that. And this would be used for courting couples. So the man and the lady could sit here have a conversation, get to know each other, but only in the presence of the chaperones. So maybe a granny, maybe a tutor, someone in authority who wouldn't be afraid to give their 2 cents worth to the parents later on about everything they're talking about, how things are going, and giving their own feelings as well. So probably absolutely excruciating for the couple sitting here, probably very embarrassing. But any high-born young lady could expect this. Their reputation was a very delicate matter. So it's just the way things were going. Alright, so you can just explore the rooms there, okay, and then I'll summarize before we finish today. I'll take you to the door.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
See you.